Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Countdown was directed by Justin Deck, and basically there's this app that tells you when exactly you're going to die by the second, and then a bunch of these young attractive people download said app. Some of them die. The ones that survive are like, hey, I don't want to die, how do we stop this? Basically, you ever heard of these movies called Final Destination? It's basically that, but with a phone. And before we go any further, if you guys haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you love to live, talk, and buy movies, well then you're in the right place. But anyway, so, Countdown. So basically this movie is just one of those horror films that comes out the week before Halloween. Everyone's all in the spooky season, they want to go watch some jump scare riddled horror movies, and this movie will deliver that. But the problem comes that the movie's not even all that good. The only real positive I have about this movie is the inclusion of Tom Segura as this minor character. He plays as phone store manager. He was great in every scene that he was in, definitely the highlight of those scenes, and he's also one of my favorite comedians, so it was fun to see him in this movie. But aside from that, this movie does absolutely nothing new or interesting. It just relies on every trope that every bad horror movie we get every year relies on, you know, an overabundance of jump scares, them being the primary source of spooks, because every 10 seconds in this movie, somebody gets spooked, and then the big sound effect. You've seen this kind of crap before. And also, coming into the movie, I thought it could be kind of an interesting concept, you know, an app that tells you when you're gonna die and then it actually happens. That is kind of a cool idea, but then it just totally gets ruined by the end of it because it all goes down to, oh, demons and shit, which means it's now part of the supernatural horror genre, which after a couple years of just getting all these really terrible supernatural horror films, I am completely just burnt out by them. I am so tired of supernatural horror because they all follow the same freaking tropes and cliches. I mean, these characters go and do these spooky things. They get terrorized by very terrifying images until they go to some sort of like religious official or somebody that deals with this thing before. They're like, oh yeah, it's a demon and the devil and curses, so yeah, more spooks happen, and then we gotta, you know, confront the demon at the end of the movie by performing some ritual. That's pretty much this entire movie in a nutshell, is just everything you've seen from every terrible supernatural horror movie ever. And then, to make matters worse, you got the horror protagonists that do stupid things that result in their death because they're stupid people. So really, I don't think anybody's gonna come into this movie thinking it's gonna be some great revolutionary horror film or anything, but it just feels incredibly lazy because it's just everything we've seen before. You know, it just takes a bunch of horror cliches, copy and paste them into this movie, add a little modern technology on top of that, and boom! So all in all, Countdown is a poopy-ass horror movie that just proves that the supernatural genre has just been run into the ground. We really just need to get some new kind of horror films out there. No more demons and supernatural crap. We've seen it a million times. Can we just get something else? Please. So, those are my thoughts on Countdown, and again, if you guys haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, nearly 200 subs, and if you live, talk, and buy movies, this is the place for you. But anyway, so, Countdown. If you guys have seen this movie, I'm really sorry about that, but if you guys have seen this movie, then type that down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.